Forget Dusan Vlahovic, Arsenal urged to make perfect £100 million striker transfer priority. And David Ornstein reveals that one of Arteta's two favourites will leave Arsenal this summer. Stay with me until the end of the video to check out the latest news from Arsenal straight from the Emirates Stadium. But before that, if you're as passionate about Arsenal as we are, don't waste any time and subscribe to our channel right now to stay updated on everything happening with the greatest team in the Premier League. And without further ado, let's dive into today's top news. Charles Watts has now admitted he would rather see Arsenal chase one alternative target over Dusan Vlahovic this summer. Arsenal are known to be in the hunt for a new goalscorer. Whilst the Gunners currently lead the way in the Premier League in terms of goals scored, having racked up 82 strikes in 34 outings, there is still a strong argument that signing a new striker ought be their top priority in the upcoming summer transfer window. Whilst Kai Havertz has impressed in that role in recent weeks, he is not always the most convincing finisher. What's more, Mikel Arteta initially viewed Havertz as a midfield option for Arsenal, and that may still be the long-term plan for the German at the Emirates Stadium. Beyond the former Chelsea man, Leandro Trossard has been called the best finisher in the Arsenal squad, but he is at his best on the left flank. Meanwhile, Gabriel Jesus has endured a torrid campaign in front of goal. The Brazilian has only netted 4 times in the Premier League, and despite all his other qualities, he looks unlikely to ever become prolific at this level. Finally, Edin Nketiah has fallen out of favour at the Emirates Stadium and is one of 13 Arsenal players who may well leave the club this summer. Arsenal have been linked with a number of strikers ahead of the upcoming transfer window, including Dusan Vlahovic and Alexander Isak. Charles Watts has now had his say on which of these two forwards he would prefer the Gunners to target. Writing for Caught Offside, the reporter said, "I've not heard anything to suggest that Arsenal are looking at Vlahovic as a priority target this summer. When I look at Arsenal now and what they need up front, I would say someone like Alexander Isak at Newcastle would be a far better option. Injury issues aside, I think Isak would be perfect for this Arsenal team. He's strong, his technique is excellent, he can press really well, he is a proven goalscorer in the Premier League. Isak would certainly be top of my list." Why Alexander Isak would be a good fit for Arsenal? The Newcastle United man has been valued at £100 million, but the Arsenal hierarchy have shown in the past that they are willing to back Arteta in the market to get his top targets. Isak would be an exciting addition to the Gunners squad. The 24-year-old has bags of pace and excellent technical ability. His versatility, which allows him to operate comfortably on the flanks as well as leading the line, also means he could fit into the team alongside the likes of Havertz and Jesus, rather than simply replacing them. The Sweden international has enjoyed a fine season so far at St. James' Park, having racked up 21 goals across all competitions. Do you agree with Charles Watts' assessment that Alexander Isak would be a superior option to Dusan Vlahovic for Arsenal this summer? Share your opinion in the comments section. Arsenal powerful midfielder who scored against them earlier this season. The North London side are set for another big summer of spending with senior players expected to depart the Emirates Stadium, with Thomas Partey this week linked with a move to Saudi Arabia as Jorginho could also reportedly return to Italy. With midfield already on the agenda for Arsenal, signing a top prospect in the position remains high on Mikel Arteta's summer to-do list, with the likes of Martin Zubimendi and Bruno Guimaraes linked with a move to North London. And now another name is seemingly on Arsenal's radar heading into the summer. According to Foot Mercato, Arsenal are one of a handful of teams keeping tabs on AS Monaco midfielder Youssouf Fofana, with the powerful French international also being chased by the likes of AC Milan, Atletico Madrid and PSG. A goal-scorer in this season's Emirates Cup last summer, Fofana is regarded as one of the most complete midfielders in all of France, with the 25-year-old Dynamo now a regular for Les Bleus and currently leading Monaco's push for a European finish. Indeed, with so much interest in Fofana, Arsenal will have to do well to win the race for the Monaco star's signature. Yet with the Gunners set to qualify for next season's UEFA Champions League, Mikel Arteta's side are an appealing destination for many teams. Moreover, with Arsenal in need of a complete midfielder, Fofana could fit the bill perfectly for Arsenal, especially if the likes of Partey and Jorginho leave in the summer transfer window. Arsenal might have just found their ideal summer signing. With 3 goals and 3 assists and becoming Monaco's key man in the midfield, there's a lot to like about Fofana, who this summer could find himself with a starring role for France in Euro 2024, a competition Didier Deschamps' side are big favourites for. And for Arsenal, Fofana could be an ideal signing for their midfield, with Fofana's skill set exactly what Arteta is looking for, with the 25-year-old also likely to cost less than options that have already been linked with the Gunners. With other teams interested, though, Arsenal will need to work fast if they're to secure Fofana's signature, with a move to North London something that might be appealing to the Monaco midfielder. David Ornstein says to expect one of two Arteta favourites to leave Arsenal this summer. Arsenal could be set for a busy summer in terms of both arrivals and departures, and some unpopular exits may be inevitable. With Mikel Arteta's side challenging for the title, and expecting to do so again next season, top-level reinforcements would help them in this regard, and several exits will be necessary to facilitate this. It already appears that the homegrown trio of Eddie Nketiah, Reiss Nelson, and Emile Smith-Rowe could all leave, with their potential sales giving Arsenal a major boost when it comes to profit and sustainability rules. Other departures of popular players such as Aaron Ramsdale could also make way for new signings, and there is expected to be another in midfield, as a defensive midfielder could leave to make way for key Arteta target Martin Zubimendi. Jorginho or Thomas Partey could leave Arsenal this summer. Journalist David Ornstein has now told The Athletic that he expects one of Jorginho or Thomas Partey to depart Arsenal this summer. I'd expect one of Thomas Partey and Jorginho to leave this summer. Perhaps that might be Partey because he could raise some money, he stated. But I don't say that with certainty because, when Partey plays, we know how important he is. We also don't know what Jorginho will decide to do himself, given his contract is expiring. Arsenal would love to keep him, but this is one of many areas that needs to be resolved. Arsenal should keep Jorginho over Thomas Partey. Arsenal are in talks to give Jorginho a new contract, whilst there is reported interest from clubs in Saudi Arabia in Partey, and this scenario would be the better one for Arteta to pursue. Although at his best Partey offers more to the midfield in terms of physicality, his injury record means he simply cannot be relied upon. Jorginho is a top professional, and brings a wealth of experience and leadership to the dressing room, and has impressed as a starter in recent months. The ideal scenario would be a new contract for Jorginho, a sale of Partey to boost the transfer funds, and clear his salary from the wage bill, and to then sign another number 6 such as Zubimendi who could rotate with the Italian. And speaking of Thomas Partey, journalist Charles Watts brought extremely important updates about his future for the next season. The Ghanaian midfielder made just his 5th Premier League start of the season against Chelsea on Tuesday evening. Arteta was finally able to see Partey and Declan Rice partnered up in the middle of the park, and the combination did not disappoint. However, given the 30-year-old's age and recurrent fitness issues, his long-term future may not be in North London. There has been transfer interest from suitors in Partey before. The fact his season this time around has been decimated by injury will also have shown Arteta that he cannot rely on the £45 million former Atletico Madrid man to be available when needed. There is no doubt that, at his best, Partey is an elite-level midfield operator. He brings things to the Arsenal side that no other player in Arteta's current squad can, with his ability to play penetrative passes forward between the lines with such regularity, and habit of receiving the ball on the half-turn in order to quickly transition the team from defense into attack. That being said, Charles Watts is convinced that Arsenal will accept a fair offer for Partey this summer if one arrives. However, writing for Caught Offside, the reporter also stated that the player wanted to come in and help Arsenal get back into the Champions League, so he really wanted to have a good crack at that this season. Unfortunately, he was injured and missed all of it, so I don't think he will be too keen on leaving this summer either. In truth, the 47-cap Ghana international's injury issues are unlikely to improve at this point in his career. Arsenal are also due a midfield rebuild. As tempting as it is to keep Partey around due to how brilliant he is on his day, his best days simply don't come around often enough anymore. Arteta ought to hope that he can stay fit and continue to shine for the rest of the season, and then move on from Partey for good in the summer, despite his Champions League ambitions. Well folks, those were the main news for today. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated on everything happening with our beloved team, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for joining us, and until the next video.